Hey guys, it's Wanda and I am in the kitchen and we've got a lot of peppers coming in. And I like to take and chop peppers up and freeze them in order to have them in the future to just grab and throw into something. I also cut them in slices where I can just have them for stir fry and things like that. I've dehydrated and freeze dried peppers before. All of them work any way you want to do. And I've used this recipe that I'm going to tell you about before. This is a recipe where I stuff peppers, sweet peppers of all kinds. Here we have a whole bunch of peppers that Danny brought in this morning. I've had them in the fridge. I just took them out. And I usually use cream cheese and sharp cheddar. Mix the two together and add a little bit of cumin if you want flavor, or you can leave them plain. I take and mix these up and I put them in the freezer, stack them single layer, freeze them, and then put them in a freezer bag in order to have stuffed peppers anytime I want. These peppers are a little different. I had left over some dip that I made for my canning class. Now in the dip I used the cream cheese, the sharp cheddar, a touch of sour cream, some onion chives, green onions, I guess I should say, and I opened a jar of my canned ham and made a dip, and we used it with crackers, and I had some left over. So I took 3 of the yellow marconis, which are still green. We picked them early. They're great roasted either way, but these are yellow marconi peppers. I sliced them open and put this dip in the middle of it. I'm going to be baking these, and we'll test them out here in a little while, but I'm baking these for today. I'm going to go ahead with cutting these peppers up, mixing up the cream cheese and the cheddar, and stuffing them for the freezer, but I'm also going to cook some for Danny for supper tonight. I've already started last week putting peppers in bags. Now this is a whole bag of sliced peppers like this. Different kinds, banana peppers, any type of sweet peppers that we have. This is the way I do them. I also do jalapenos this way, but sweet peppers work just as well, and I freeze them for future use. I want to show you something that most people do not talk about when they're doing veggies. All right, you see these veggies? They have spots on them. 90% of the people are going to pitch these two veggies because of those spots. Now, what I do, I cut that off. All right, I cut the bad spot off. You saw that? This is what's left. All right, I have one good boat to make for cream cheese. And this piece right here, I'll just go ahead and use it in a salad or with supper if I need it to flavor something. Or I keep a bag of chopped peppers in my fridge. I can chop it up and add to that bag. You don't always have to fill a bag every time you chop peppers. You can just take one Ziploc bag for peppers, stick it in your fridge, and every time you have little pieces, chop them on up and drop them over in that bag. Eventually, you'll have a bag full of peppers if you don't use them all the time and you're getting fresh, you know. The other one looks like this, and what I would do is I'd chop that piece off. Don't throw the whole pepper away just because of one bad spot. You have this whole pepper that's good. Don't throw away something just because it has one bad spot on it. I do tomatoes that way. That's how come I hand peel my tomatoes instead of dropping them in boiling water and skinning them and all that. I could do that, but our tomatoes have this, the type tomatoes we grow has a thin skin on them, and most of them just peel off. That way I can take anything bad out of it. You don't want the bad stuff in your jars. You don't want it in your freezer, and you definitely don't want to eat it, right? You can save some of your peppers. If you're not getting a whole lot, you don't want to throw away a whole pepper just because of one bad spot. I'm also doing this with apples and peaches. I just peeled yesterday a whole bunch of apples and made apple, I guess it was chunks and sauce all together. I just kind of stewed it down and added a little brown sugar, and it was awesome. And otherwise, we would have lost a whole bunch of apples because one spot on one side was messed up. The bugs got into them. Hey, I'm not letting them have all of my stuff. We're gonna eat what we have and learn to eat things even though they have a bug bite on them somewhere. Cut it off. If it's bad all through and through, throw it away. Don't even chance it. But if it's only bad in one spot, cut it off, use the rest. I mixed up 2 things of the cream cheese and sliced the peppers, put the cream cheese and sharp cheddar in it. I've got them freezing. I chopped up the rest of the peppers. I have a bag already started in the freezer. I just added the rest of them here. We're gonna put them back in the freezer, and I just move them around a little after they've frozen. You can take out as many peppers as you want for whatever the recipe is, and it's an awesome way to have peppers. Okay, so this little pan here, isn't that awesome? It's made for jalapeno peppers. It's cut for jalapenos. I just added the big old peppers. It worked. They cooked fine. Danny and I found this at R.H. Shumway's. I think you can get them on Amazon and different places. You don't have to have this special made thing. An iron skillet does just the same. I took a piece of cornbread and I put it down. I cut it in half and put it down, throwed my butter peas on top, and then my stewed tomatoes here. And the juice will absorb into the cornbread. We're going to cut the pepper. This is one of my peppers from with the mixture from the Canon class, and we're going to see how that tastes. Okay, the dip, the pepper. Oh my, got extra dip, made similar to this with cream cheese. Add it to your peppers. It's going to be a good way, and I like stewed tomatoes on top of my cornbread and my beans. You just take those, pop them in the oven. I had it at 400 for about 10-15 minutes, 375 for 15 to 20 minutes according to how fast you want to cook something, and they're ready to eat. It's a quick way to have a side dish in the freezer. This way you don't have to sit and do all this. You do all the prep work at one time. When you're slicing your peppers, you go ahead and mix your cheese up, put it in there, freeze them, put them in a Ziploc, And when you want peppers, you have peppers ready to pop in the oven. Like I said, it's a quick snack or it's a quick side dish. Guys, always thinking, always prepping, always trying to come up with new ideas. And my dip in my pepper was awesome. So I've got a couple more for a couple more meals. And y'all, just keep thinking outside the box. Thank you guys.